Hi, it's Tom Bernard. Thanks for checking out one of our KQ Morning Show podcasts, brought to you by my guys at Walzer Automotive. Walzer is first once again with a free lifetime warranty when you buy any new and most used vehicle models from Walzer. It's limited powertrain protection for as long as you own your car, regardless of the miles you drive. Walzer Automotive is Minnesota's largest one-price dealer group. No hassle or haggle. Just great prices in the store and on the web at walzer.com. That's the Walzer way. Thanks for listening and enjoy our show.
Joins us.
Thomas, good morning to you, sir.
What's happening, man?
It's all good. How are you?
Marvelous, because Andy Kindler's in studio. What could be better?
Right here.
Do I talk now? Do I wait? Do I come in? Do I interject?
You interject.
Do I edgewise myself in?
I like it. Andy Kindler.
Jew. Andy Kindler Jew is what my card says now.
Does it just says Jew on there now?
Yeah, Jew, all around Jew. Whether you want gardening from a Jew,
Yes.
or if you'd like other work that I can't do,
Yes.
call me.
Anything a handyman might do, you wouldn't, or you couldn't do.
Well, last night on stage, I said I'm sweating like a Jew doing anything. And I wondered if it came so fast. Now I'm all night. I'm like, have I heard that before? Oh, my God.
Oh, they'll get over it. They'll eventually get over it. God.
Jews do it on purpose.
Last night you were hanging out with another one of my favorite people, J. Elvis Weinstein.
Yeah, we do a podcast together and everything, and the money is flowing in.
It's pouring in, my friend.
I had no idea. You start out at six figures when you do a podcast, and then you just wait for the residuals.
That's it. That's all you need. And by the way, in case the Goyim missed it, J. Elvis Weinstein's initials are J-E-W. So anyway.
That's true, and he picked it for that reason. Why?
Yeah, he did, yes.
I never have coughed until today, all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, you've become an old Jew.
We just had this place fumigated.
That's really nice,
Is that
Morville.
true? Is that true?
No,
It's not true.
I bought it. You know, I'm
Look
pitching
at this place. There's no way they fumigate this.
No, there's what could happen in here is what I would say. That was a bad line, but look, it can't all be gems. You know what I'm saying? I got up at 7:30. I don't get funny till 10 or 11. You know that.
Whatever. It always works for me. It doesn't matter to me.
I go to the gym. I do some funny exercises. Oh, my God. Thank God this isn't an actual bit. That's all I got to tell you, people.
I will tell you this. I don't know what happened, but the sun actually came out for about 1 minute just now.
The sun will come out for a couple of seconds.
Is this still
then
raining?
We'll peek back at... Oh,
No.
You can sing on a station like this because you have the rights.
That's exactly right. You can do music on this station.
I want to see if you remember this, because I don't think you do. Maybe 17 years ago, we were in Austin, Texas. We were there for the open mic because we weren't there for open mic, but we were...
Right.
Anyway, I'm there with Alex Cole, and for some reason, their open mic that night was challenging people. So everybody that went up had to use the F word, and I got to hear you use the F word.
Oh, my
and
God.
You've never done it on stage.
Oh, my minister must have been very upset.
Your
Very
minister,
upset.
yes.
Oh,
And it
wow.
was very awkward because you could tell that you don't use the F word. And
Are you talking
had
about
to use
fudge?
it. Yes.
Good enough. And I like to give someone at the station the start of a heart attack.
Yes. That worked out fine. Don't worry about a thing.
No, we need controversy. Was that the Velveeta room?
It was, what was the Austin room that was Cap City?
Yeah, Cap City.
Yeah,
right,
Cap City, yep.
Boy. Now I curse like a sailor, like
I know,
my mother would
yeah.
say. My mother would say, you curse like a barmaid. My mother would. So she's still alive. I don't know why I say would say. She
Yeah,
could
what's
say
that all about?
She could say it currently. You know, my mom. You would like this time. My mom said to me, because I'm on Twitter arguing with everybody. She said,
No, not you.
No, it's just occasionally I will
Yeah.
argue with a robot called Razor Blade and Apple 599, and I'll argue with him for 4 hours.
I like that.
But she said to me, Andy, please leave Hitler alone. That's what my mom said.
She did.
Because I compare everyone to Hitler, and because I compared Bill Maher to Hitler, but at least Hitler was likable.
You haven't changed much, Andy. I will tell you that.
Trump is like Hitler, except at least Hitler was a veteran.
Oh, that's a good point.
Social commentary.
You're right.
Right there. Who isn't Hitler?
No, everybody was. My dentist as a kid was Hitler. What are you, a regular Hitler? I would say to him. Dane Cook was Hitler.
Sure.
He was worse than Hitler because at least Hitler had a point of view, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Great to be
and
here.
then people, I get in trouble. You know, I did that speech up in Montreal, and then they stopped. Sometimes people wouldn't even see the speech. They would just report on it. They said, Kindler calls Corolla Hitler. Doesn't seem to be kidding.
Doesn't seem to be kidding.
Come on. I'm always kidding when I bring Hitler into it.
I would think
Can
so.
I ask you, as a Jewish comic, I have a joke that I wrote that I know damn well I can't get away with. And it's this. And I tried to give it to somebody else, and they wouldn't touch it either. But it was, has anybody ever actually read Mein Kampf? What if after all this time it's just poetry?
I love it.
See, nobody's ever actually read it.
I will do that joke tonight.
Thank you. Will you do it in my honor?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, sir.
And, of course, Mein Kampf is working with Mordal.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, actually, I have read Mein Kampf, and I'm going to tell. I mean, honestly, except for there's some bad parts, but it's very funny. Right, very funny.
Bad parts. Okay.
Don't give away the ending.
Yeah. Well, doesn't it mean my struggle?
Yes.
Yeah. Only
Well-
Jews know what every German word is that could be trouble for us.
That's
Rouse.
pretty much true.
Rouse. I watch Hogan's Heroes, so you can't get anything by me.
Raus. You got to kind of do the thing, the back of the R in the back of your throat. Raus.
Don't get me too far into it.
Well, that's true. I don't want to do that. You're absolutely right about
Hey,
that.
what year did they actually sit in a room to decide whether Hogan's Heroes could actually work as a comedy on network TV? Because wouldn't you have loved to read the minutes or hear the actual audio of how that show was pitched?
Oh man, I watched it so much. They always used to come up through a hole in the ground somehow.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I heard that actually is based on a true story.
Well, Andy's talked about it for many years. Pitching that show must have really been something in Hollywood.
Actually, I think that's Gilbert Gottfried.
Well, Gilbert does too, but I mean, you've talked about it many times.
Any issue with with Jews and Hitler, I can. You know what though? Since F Troop was the first show that looked at the lighter side of the Native American genocide. That was the first.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah. Very funny.
Come on, everybody.
The Heckawi. Oh, that's right. I forgot about.
How the heck are we?
I forgot
Kindler
about.
Feel Good Hour.
I forgot about Gilbert's. It's a comedy. That's right. That's right. He does do a bit on that, but
there had been like more than 100 years in between when Hogan's Heroes is pitched. It's less than 20 years.
Yeah.
That makes it horrifying.
As
almost.
a matter of fact, Werner Kempler was actually in some type of a
Kemperer.
I'm sorry.
He was in a.
In some type of prison camp in World War II.
Get your Nazi names right, will you?
So he was on the right. He was on the right side then.
I believe so.
He was.
You were involved with Tom. You were involved with the Vichy government, though.
Yes,
wasn't
no
you?
question. Oh,
Because
no question.
The French used to say "Vive la différence," and they also used to say, "I could live with the Nazis. Why not?"
Hey, I'd like to challenge us. Do you think we should go in and pitch a remake of?
Oh yeah, remake of
the.
but younger. That's how we keep saying it's younger.
But it's younger.
It's younger.
It's younger.
Well,
no, not that one. The F Troop.
Oh, F Troop would be so good.
It would be so funny.
I'm going to say a line that nobody should sue me for this, but they go, where red skin and pale face both turn chicken. That's an actual lyric.
Yes.
It's true. It's an actual lyric from that show.
Yeah.
And Ken Barry was on it, or is that McHale's Navy?
No, he was in everything in the 60s. Every show there was a clause. He had to be in it.
He was on Mayberry RFD.
Yeah.
I loved McHale's Navy. I bet McHale's Navy not only doesn't hold up, I bet the TV slides down the wall when you watch it.
God.
I've used that line before, so I don't think I'm a genius, but please call me a genius.
Oh, well, I always do. There you go.
The end of the Civil War was near when quite accidentally a hero who sneezed abruptly seized retreat and reversed it to victory. His medal of honor pleased and thrilled his proud little family group. While pinning it on, some blood was spilled, and so it
Become with a bang and a boom. Troop.
fights
are colorful, and nobody takes a licking.
Where pale face and red skin both turn chicken.
Oh, my God.
And you know somebody high-fived each other when they wrote that.
Well, because they go, I said pale face.
Yeah.
Who's going to get upset?
You said pale face. It's true. There's no question about it. But I love the fact that they took the old Fagawi joke and turned it into Huckawi.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
We'll just lighten it up a little bit.
You know, there were great. There had to be great writers behind that show because they did kind of like, I think it was a wink and a nod. Well, I don't know what they're winking and nodding to, but
winking and nodding.
Well, could it be worse? I mean, weren't they Confederate soldiers? Could this have been a more politically incorrect show?
They might have been, actually.
I think they were, judging by the hats.
Oh, my God.
They had the gray hats.
Oh, my goodness.
Did they ever call a football game at the University of Virginia?
Oh, they're not that crazy.
Can't believe they had Robert Lee moved off the University of Virginia football team because of his name.
I can't even believe. I literally would have thought about it for an hour before I would even connect Robert Lee.
I know.
With Robert E. Lee.
Yeah. There's no question.
I mean,
that's just how it is.
I had my nickname was Goebbels for a couple of years.
Oh, you're Goebbels?
Yeah, Andy Goebbels Kindler.
Andy Goebbels Kindler.
That is a tough one. I just like the fact that you thought the guy on Hogan's Heroes, that was a very good sort of deadpan throwaway moment when you just said, oh, he was on the right side of it, as opposed to a real Nazi. was going to get cast.
No, because someone made a joke once. I think it was Bob Crane, who we could talk about for 4 hours in another context.
Oh, yeah.
But he said that Werner Klemper was a Nazi, but he was joking. When I was a kid, I heard him say that. So couldn't have said it now because he's dead. The worst gig I ever did. I won't say it's the worst gig, but it's in Arizona somewhere, and I stayed at a hotel, and they dropping me off. They go, "Oh, that's where Bob Crane got killed over in that condo."
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
Right over in that condo.
Oh, no.
So very, very
you
nice.
didn't even film any of your sexual escapades.
No, my thing, by the time I left town, people were like, what am I going to get? That's nothing.
Right.
What Andy was doing with the dresses and the hair and the servant outfit and the school marm.
I wish you would have walked out the door with a toilet seat around your neck, because I believe when they killed him, they put the toilet seat around his neck and then left him for dead.
Is this true?
Yes.
Oh, that's not a nice image.
I think he pissed somebody off. I'm pretty sure he angered someone.
Tom, that's what we call in the neighborhood a sign, as we like to say. Everybody is now on notice. Everybody is on notice.
That's worse than getting a... That still makes me... Well, I never liked that part as much. You know nothing. We know nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as good. You think they'll ever make, like, Mottl's Heroes?
Who?
Mottl. Come on. Nice Jewish boy.
Mottl's Heroes.
Mottl's Heroes. Listen.
I found out that my name during the Inquisition would have been Andy Morano, because a Morano was the name of Jewish people who tried to pass as Catholics.
Morano?
Yeah, Marrano. I may be wrong, but that's what I read in the book.
What
and
if
I'd
we
be the
find
first person to say, Jewish people? No, I haven't seen any Jews.
Is there a number I can call if I see any?
I got to do.
That ought to go over huge.
I got to go do my catechism or something.
Your How do you know about catechism?
The man's trying to stay out of trouble. Look,
you really are.
You get the basic details, I guess, when you're scared.
Well, I've heard like people say pontiff. You know, I think Jewish comedians have even said, "Excuse me, pontiff," but maybe not.
It's a very Catholic thing. There's no question. Well, the Catholics are kind of like the bridge between the Old and the New Testament, so you know.
One of my early jokes was Episcopalians think Joe Piscopo is God. Hello. Hello. It's
really?
Me.
That was one of your early jokes, was it?
I hope so.
That was before the paid gigs, I'm assuming. That was the workshop moment.
No, I made some money on that.
Good for you.
Fourth person to mention Piscopo in the past 12 decades.
Oh, that's kind of negative.
Never found it funny.
All the greatest comics transition to bodybuilders. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Throughout history?
Oh, yeah.
Carrot Top.
That's true.
Carrot Top did do it.
But that's different, though. He has to pick up these props. It's very heavy. He has to have good core work.
Rubber chickens aren't light. It is true.
If you ever go out on the tennis court and you get hungry, you could have a tennis racket toaster. See, I could write stuff for him all day long.
So he looks like have you seen a picture of him lately? He looks like every picture of him looks photoshopped. There's not a natural looking picture. It looks like somebody took this guy with these big veiny arms and they put Carrot Top's head on every picture that the guy has taken in the last 10 years.
I know I think he does. I don't know if he's had some work done. Not on his act. I'll tell you that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. He looks perpetually surprised.
Yes.
Kindler
takes down Carrot Top and causes a big stir in Minneapolis.
I love it. There's been nothing but trouble. Nothing, but I sounded like Yul Brynner. Wasn't he the king of something in the Bible?
Siam.
Was it Siam?
Yes, sir.
King and I.
King and I.
Wasn't he? Oh, I was talking about the Ten Commandments. He was something in that too, wasn't he?
Pharaoh.
Oh, he's a pharaoh?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
He
know
let
that.
Andy Kindler's people go.
Well, that was actually another early joke was where the Jews were obsessed with Hitler because we can't remember anything about the Pharaoh.
Yes, I'm sure.
He's out of our consciousness. Ramses.
Ramses.
I don't know what that means.
I think it was his name. I'm not
That
sure.
was his name, yep.
I'm pretty sure it was Ramses. I don't know for sure, but I think that's what.
Yul Brynner could not deliver a line without his hands on his hips.
Is that
Let me tell you
true?
something.
Yeah, everything I've ever seen him. Even a gunslinger, he had his hands on his hips like a dancer.
Well, all I know is we got a lot of propaganda in Hebrew school. We were like, now, kids, you may have heard something about us having something to do with the death of Christ, but we were in temple that night. Now, doesn't that sound plausible?
It
to you
wasn't
people?
us. It was the
It was
Shabbos
not
guy
us.
that did it.
The Shabbos goy. Tom, you know a little too much. You know too much about my tribe.
I will tell you something, Andy. We talk about this all the time because of where I grew up. Just by osmosis, I guess. I speak more Yiddish than any Jew in the state of Minnesota.
I'm schwitzing from how much
I'm
Yiddish.
schwitzing. Let's have a nice schwitz.
Were you in the schmata business?
The schmata, yes. I'm wearing schmata right now.
I could plots.
Nice. I know that. So
Oy vey.
I'm cavelling over here. It always
Cavelling.
sounds vaguely wrong.
My favorite is still sreira, because no one can say that word.
What's that one?
I don't know that one.
Sreira?
What
Look
does
it up.
mean?
Oh, you
Look
don't
it
even
up.
know? I know more than you do.
You're giving me nachas over here.
Goyish anachas.
So my Christmas, my 7 best friends were Jewish. I grew up in an Italian-Jewish, sort of almost, let's call it middle-class-ish neighborhood in New Jersey. And every Christmas for 5 years in a row, knock on the door at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 Jews and a Gentile would be throwing dice in Atlantic City by 6 o'clock that night. I'm not kidding. That's what we were known as, 7 Jews and a Gentile. We would be in Atlantic City throwing dice by 6 o'clock. My parents, Catholic enough, they'd invite everybody in. Everybody would say hello and Merry Christmas and blah, 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 blah. Boom, 2 cars down to Atlantic City, throwing dice 3 hours later.
That was the name of my improv troupe, too.
Yes, I think it was 7 Jews. Andy.
Then it was Yes, Andy.
Andy, can you stay for another segment?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here.
Fabulous Bob Seger, but first Gilbert on KQ.
Here's another classic moment from the KQ Morning Show.
Our special guest, Gilbert Gottfried.
How do you pitch a sitcom like Hogan's Heroes?
It's a group of soldiers in a Nazi prison camp. It's a comedy.
Wonderful.
Let's have a few laughs.
Yeah.
Kinchlow is the
Kinchlow.
black guy on Hogan's Heroes.
Yes. And Kinchlow, oddly enough, could not stay at the same prison camp as the white folks.
No, right. Right, exactly. Different
I found
water
to be
fountain.
horrible. That was horrible.
That's see that's as low as it gets.
Yes.
When you can't be in the same concentration camp with the white prisoners. That's when it's really. They said in some documentary that Hitler liked jokes, but he didn't like dirty jokes.
Oh.
And I thought, I knew there was a reason I don't like Hitler. Yeah.
Finally.
The KQ Morning Show. If you're not listening, you won't hear it.
It's traffic time now. Brittany, KQRS.
Traffic is brought to you by Holiday. We have a crash in Fridley, 694 eastbound at East River Road, and another accident in near New Hope, 169 southbound at 36th Avenue North. Right shoulder is blocked. Sponsored by Aldi. At Aldi, you can get in and save on honey ham and oven roasted chicken breast lunch meat for just $2.99, so you can get ready for school. Aldi, simply smarter shopping. KQ weather from Always On Time, or you don't pay a dime. 1 hour heating and air conditioning.
50% chance of showers today. It was very, very cloudy and dark, and then it was pouring rain, and then it was cloudy and dark again. Then the sun came out for a minute, so it's going to be one of those days. 50% chance of showers, cloudy. 65 of the high. Tonight, showers likely low of 61. Then tomorrow, an 80% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm with a high of 68. Mostly cloudy. It is 59 degrees right now. KQ's Workforce Payroll, sponsored by Tom Bernard Podcast. Make $100 an hour when you listen to KQRS at work. If you hear your name on the air today, call us at 651-989-ROCK or 651-989-ROLL. Within 10 minutes, you'll be on KQ's payroll making $100 an hour. It's free to sign up at 92KQRS.com. And while you're there, download the free Tom Bernard Podcast app today. All Workforce members today get a pair of tickets to see the Minnesota Twins take on the Chicago White Sox on August 30th. You also qualify to win front row seats to see John Mellencamp live at the Minnesota State Fair Grandstand. That's on August 29th. Head to 92KQRS.com and download the free Tom Bernard Podcast app today. More with Andy Kindler and Erica Rhodes in studio next, KQ.
Live from the Mills Fleet Farm studio, back to the KQ Morning Show.
It is 9:27, now 27 minutes after 9 o'clock at KQRS. Andy Kindler in studio.
Roger that.
Roger that. So we've got a nice pilot. That's nice. Erica Rhodes in studio as well.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Never better.
Never.
Never
That's
better.
sad
Saying
that
a
he's
lot.
never been better.
This is as good as it gets for me. I'm just telling you.
I loved you in that movie. That was good.
Never better.
Oh, no, what was that? As good as it gets. How do I know these old references? Oh, I'm so rich.
Rich?
No, is that an expression? How rich?
Rich with experience.
Erica,
Yes.
how often do you open for Andy?
A couple times.
Why do you do it to yourself?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
You know, there's normal human beings out there that do comedy.
Yes, there are. Well, no, that's not true.
Oh,
That's
he's
not
the
true at all.
funniest. He's the best.
Andy is?
I make her submit a transcript of her act until. and then,
He has like
all
line
the
item
material.
veto on it.
He doesn't let me do any of my Hitler jokes, though. So,
No, he wants them all.
yeah.
But yours are pro.
you know, Mike Huckabee has been to Auschwitz 6 times. That makes me very nervous. What is he
Why? Is
noodling around there?
Why would he go there?
I don't know. I decided not to do the bit, though, when I brought it up. I have been told not to do any Auschwitz bits till noon. Till noon.
Why not?
Well, no, my whole thing, well, no, I could see you going twice there, maybe, to Auschwitz. You don't
six times.
get to go on the rides.
Do you think he's getting spoons at the gift store?
I think he's making schematics. The joke here is that he would eliminate the Judeo part of Judeo-Christian if he had the chance.
Well, there
now,
is
look,
that.
look, folks, don't write any letters to Tom. Write them directly to me.
Yeah, because I know how to read anyway. Do you think it was the first 5 times you just didn't get the point?
He's like, what's so negative about this?
Well, it's kind of nice. The weather's nice.
It seems like everything's okay now.
It's calm. Not a lot of noise.
I wouldn't vacation here, but
No, that's different. The beds don't look comfortable.
I make a nice living. Oh, that's not the setup?
Yes, that's it.
But, of course, you know, Jerry Lewis, who passed away, as we know,
on
he
Sunday.
wrote that script, that famous script. I know Tom knows about it.
The
day the clown died.
Cried.
Cried.
Yes,
Died?
cried.
Oh, maybe that would have been better.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe now it'll get made.
It's the day the clown cried, and he said he himself admitted it was the worst movie ever made. But then it was stolen. The idea was stolen from him. And what's it called again? It's A Beautiful Day, or what's it called?
Beautiful Life.
A Beautiful Life.
Oh, you think that's what it was based on?
I don't think there's any question.
That was a good movie.
It was a good movie, but
Yeah.
Jerry Lewis would have been better. He went, "Lady, follow me."
Give me the date that give me the date that movie's released on at least the internet. That Jerry Lewis, nobody's ever seen it. Somebody's
true.
got it.
No, it never was made, though, right? Or was it
No,
made?
he did make it. He absolutely
he
made
made it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just the script that was going around. Oh, it's gonna get out now.
Yeah.
You
Why
would
not?
think so. You would think so. You think in one scene he's leading the children, dressed as a clown, and way in the background, Dean Martin is smiling.
Dean Martin did not sign off on that movie. At all.
I bet you're right about that.
Oh, your family has come to see you. You remember Bart, your oldest son, Jesse, the illiterate faggot. No.
Why would he do? Jerry, I love Jerry Lewis.
Did he just say?
Yes,
Yes, he did.
Oh, Jerry.
Jerry, why would you do that?
And he also was obsessed with women not being funny, which is
Right.
odd.
Yeah, that's true.
Why would he get into these things?
He doubled down on that one.
He really did double down.
He doubled down on the women comedian thing. Look, every time, I will say this, every time somebody says, well, why would Jerry Lewis say that? Have you heard enough of this guy to realize that's exactly what Jerry Lewis would say?
No, he's
right. An angry,
he's not
angry
nice. He's
fella.
not nicer when he's was in private.
That's true. That's very true.
Although years ago, I was so happy. There was a comic named Bill Fox.
Sure.
And you remember Bill Fox?
Mm-hmm.
And he was at a meeting with Jerry Lewis in the 80s, and he happened to bring up my name. And Jerry Lewis didn't know who I was. But as a joke, in the commissary, Jerry Lewis starts going, "You know Andy Kindler? Andy Kindler? You know Andy Kindler? I can't believe you know Andy Kindler." So I have this image in my head of him, Andy Kindler.
In your heart.
This is Andy Kindler singing, ladies and gentlemen.
Never walk alone.
This is Buddy Love from The Nutty Professor.
You'll never walk.
Well, thank you very much, Jerry. It's great to be here.
I watched the whole telethon a couple of times when I was a kid. I just was incredibly fascinated with it. I loved it.
How angry would that man have been if he'd not been successful?
Ooh, think about it.
It's like you're one of the most successful people in the business, and you're
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you wish to do, you can do.
You're the Andy Kindler of your time.
That's right.
Ooh, I like that.
No question.
With the wacky faces I do?
Yeah, a lot
With the Ravens.
a lot of the physical comedy we'll be seeing tonight.
Riboflavin!
Do you still somersault on the stage from the rafters?
No, but I actually, I cannot believe this happened. I'm still alive. I was going up the escalator at LAX and my luggage started to slip. So I said, oh, maybe I'll go down and maybe I'll reach down for that luggage. Don't do that.
Oh.
And I did a flip on the escalator.
Oh no.
And I'm okay, but, I still can't feel my career.
We actually have the interview with Andy Kindler just after he did a flip on the escalator. Here it is at KQ.
We're doing a feature on people who are still working in their 90s. Have you ever thought about retiring?
Why?
Was there never a moment that you thought it might be time to retire, or you would want?
Why?
You come from a generation a little older, and I think of Bob Hope, George Burns, Sinatra, people you knew, many of whom didn't want to or never retired either.
Oh, God.
Do you see similarities with them?
None.
None? What do you think drives people like you and them to want to keep working?
Because we do it well.
Boy, he's not angry.
Oh, he's a jackass. Look, I got to keep reminding myself he raised $2.5 billion for MDA because
that's true.
Because he was that's Variety magazine, by the way. This isn't some slappy college newspaper.
No.
But at what point does the reporter realize this isn't going well and I need to get out now?
Yeah, you got to pull the chute.
With the one.
Does it get worse? Because I would love to hear this.
Yeah.
Is this
no.
that
It's
got
out there.
Oh, it's out there? Okay.
Well, you know who put it out there? The Variety reporter. He just he said, "Boss, I got no column."
Right.
And then you know what they said? Explain why you don't have a column. He said, "Here it is." He asked him about Las Vegas, the difference between Las Vegas in 1947 and when that was done a couple of years ago. Nothing.
Wow. There was no way to set him up.
Wow. Nothing.
Oh. Why?
Family. Why? No. Why?
What was he angry about?
He was angry that the guy was saying he was old. That's what it was.
But I mean, in general, what was he?
Oh, and angry about in general.
Yeah.
So you want a psychoanalyst job?
Yeah.
His parents, they were vaudeville parents, and his old man used to tell him, "You're nothing. You've never done anything on Broadway. You've made movies." And supposedly, then he did go do Broadway. He did a couple of shows, and he did Damn Yankees on Broadway. But the psychoanalyzation of Jerry Lewis is, old man beat him up verbally, never thought he was a success, and I'm assuming the anger just started to steam out of his pores when he hit a certain age.
So he never got over that. That Dad would never have accepted no matter what he did.
Yeah, because that set up that scenario. How great was he in King of Comedy? Oh, my God.
It was phenomenal.
Tremendous.
Oh, I just purchased that on Blu-ray this week.
Oh.
What's Blu-ray?
It's amazing. One of my favorite films ever.
And you see how brilliant he was.
Yes.
Because his acting was amazing in that movie. He's just playing himself. It was so good. No, I mean, not like himself. I'm being, it's hard to play just relaxed.
Sure.
But I don't even think he realized that it was a good movie or something like that. I heard that about Burt Reynolds and what was that movie he was in?
Smokey and the Bandit?
No, the Pulp Fiction was he in? No, what was he in?
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights, right.
Boogie Nights.
And he was like, couldn't get, this is garbage I'm in.
Oh, he's so wrong.
I'm sure that we won't have to have another little talk like this again. Am I correct in assuming this?
Well, without question, you're absolutely, yes, we'll never have to correct our talk. We won't ever speak. That is, we'll never have to talk again. We just never will discuss talking. We shouldn't really converse about speaking.
Professor, our discussion has come to an end.
Wow, it sounds like John and his dad.
That was Del Moore. Absolutely. From The Nutty Professor. I just watched The Nutty Professor last Sunday when I found out he died.
Does it hold up?
Phenomenal.
Does it really?
My wife hated it.
Okay.
Because,
because of the Jews?
No, I'm sure that's what it was. Well, you didn't tell me there were Jews in it.
Crazy that somebody would hate that.
Yes, it was unbelievable. I'm sure she'll be very happy when she's driving along hearing this on the highway right now. She'll be all excited.
Don't tell them I didn't like that movie. And that's not the way she sounds, but still.
No, it's pretty close, actually.
Don't tell them I didn't like that movie. Andy Kindler was funny in studio.
You, Tom, let him down by not supporting him.
Can't you set him up better, Tom?
That actually that's very accurate. Actually.
Really? It's unbelievable. I do a great gold in my ear as well.
Oh, who doesn't?
Hi, I'm gold in my ear.
She was funny.
She was funny.
Yeah.
She was no Toady Fields.
No
she
Toady
was
Fields.
Erica Rhodes. Yeah. I will tell you that.
Oh, thanks.
Erica, where are you from? Where are you from, Erica? That sounded sincere. Oh, thanks.
Where were you from, Erica?
Boston.
That's right.
Yeah, I live in L.A., though.
Why didn't you win the lottery when you were in Boston? What's the matter with you?
Isn't the lottery here, too?
Yeah, but that woman was in Boston winning it yesterday.
Yeah, you can't win it. You can't win it when the ticket isn't around.
Oh, that's weird, because a fan gave me a ticket the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so what would have happened if I won?
I'm pretty sure that was a cop that gave you the ticket, not a fan.
Oh.
Different deal, Erica.
Only $2 ticket.
Well, not bad, though. Yeah. Erica Rhodes carrying Andy Kindler the entire weekend. It's not going to be easy.
Not, yeah. What don't get too depressed during Andy's act. But thank you very much. That's my time.
If you that's my time right there. If you possibly can slog through somehow, we don't know how, but it'll all work out. So
I'm on my whinging tour. Whinging 2017.
What does that mean?
Again?
What does that mean?
It kind of means like whine. It's like I'm whining and whinging.
Wine. Oh, yeah.
Not you. What? Whinging? I've never heard of whinging.
I hope I didn't make it up.
I think you made that up.
It's WHING.
Whinging.
Whinge or E. What does it mean?
It's whinging.
Whinging.
Oh, wow. Complain persistently and in a peevish or irritating way.
Yes.
Wow.
That word was created for me.
That's really true. It says right there, see Andy Kindler.
I got that from my dad. My dad was good with words, and he would always he'd say, "I'm going to go a bloot now."
Oh, really?
And he would say, "Peruse them and get lachrymose," which is read them and weep.
Read it and weep.
Wow.
Wow.
Peruse them and lachrymose.
My dad had horrible ones. F me running. That was one of his favorites.
Well, that's different.
F me running. Which
that's a very
is
Gentile.
Such a weird visual.
Very, very Gentile approach. Yeah. Let me just say that, ladies and gentlemen. We actually have now used lachrymose, and earlier this morning we went with lugubrious.
Yeah, that sounds like there's phlegm, but it's not, right?
No, it's pretty mournfully sad.
Andy's like a teaching comic.
Do you guys know what peripatetic means?
Like the board?
Andy's very peripatetic.
Oh.
No.
Thanks for using it in this sentence. That really helped. Are you feeling peripatetic today? It means like fastidious?
You can't define a big word with another big word.
Well, I'm very phlegmatic today, so I wouldn't know.
I'm phlegmatic. You don't sound phlegmatic.
Well, I had it removed.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We should tour together, Tom.
We should.
Two Jews.
Two Jews
no way
at the stage. Thank you. Thank you very much. As a joke for all you Gentiles.
There really has been a gap since the Martin and Lewis days. What was the last great touring duo. Who are the last two guys who actually worked together and pulled this off? There's really been sort of a
Dunham and that other puppet.
Was it the Smothers Brothers?
No, Burns and Shriver. Burns and Shriver. Huh?
What?
Huh?
Bob and Ray.
Bob and Ray.
Been a while. I think this could be big. I think you guys need to get on this before a couple of other fellas get on this.
Hi, Tom. How's it going? Pretty good, Andy.
Let me just tell you something, Andy. Everything's fabulous.
Peripatetic? I had that in the Navy once. Starts out as a rash.
Because I'm a Gentile, Andy could walk out every about week or so and go, he's drunk again.
He's why? Don't listen to him. He just had a mayonnaise on corned beef sandwich.
Now that is goy shanachas.
Seedless rye.
Seedless rye.
Hold on. Netflix is on the phone. They really want to do this.
We'll get it done. It'll be unbelievable. I don't know, though. It's going to take some acting on my part, Erica, because I'd have to be crabby.
Oh, yeah. You seem way too upbeat for that.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. I don't think there's any question about it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Such a sunny disposition over there.
I've got a sunny disposition. There's no question about it. I believe he's fighting Conor McGregor tomorrow night.
That would be a great name for a fighter. Sunny disposition.
Sunny disposition.
From parts unknown.
I like, because you dispose of the other fighter.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
See, sunny disposition. It'd be a great fighter's name. See, Erica, what you've done?
Yeah, you can have it. You guys can have it.
We're going to steal it. It's going to be wonderful. It'll be fantastic. So, now, when did you two first meet, Erica?
I think my manager introduced us. Our manager. We have the same manager.
And we both play violin, is that right? Did you play violin?
I played cello.
Okay, I played violin as a young boy.
Oh, really? I don't know if I knew that, actually.
Not well.
And the football team? This is crazy.
It's unbelievable. When I got really tall and huge and with the muscles, I had to put the violin away.
Sure.
Had to choose one.
So you were the Joe Piscopo of nice Hebrew boys.
My act doesn't feel very good. Maybe I should go to the gym. See what happens. Is that what you thought?
Yes.
Let's see if I do some reps, if that'll be funny.
I'm sure it would work out just magnificently.
Well, I'll never forget how funny he was in the... He did Sinatra, right? He did Sinatra.
He did. Mm-hmm. He did Sinatra.
That was it.
You're absolutely right. Sinatra was all part of the mix.
He did The Babysitter, too.
Oh,
boy, look at the time.
Erica doesn't... I'll explain that to you when you're older, Erica.
Oh, now I get it.
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
It was very inappropriate.
That's a true story. It's a true story, too, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which babysitter?
I think he married her.
Oh,
that ruins the fantasy when they marry him. That really ruins it for me.
It's so cliche when they date the babysitter. Come on.
It's kind of nasty when you think of it.
Even if you don't think of it that much, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true.
Especially when your son's 21 and you're hiring a babysitter.
Right.
Only think about that and get back to it. My son's 30. I still might hire a babysitter.
How do you know what we need around here? A babysitter. That's what we need around here.
I don't like that at all. It's too weird for me. I'm lying.
It's not too weird for me, but I think it would be weird. I have too much Jewish guilt.
You have a lot of guilt?
That. Honey, I have bad news and worse news. The babysitter quit, and I've been sleeping with her.
Let's fly away.
There's the Joe Piscopo, isn't it?
If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay.
That's him, right? Is that Piscopo?
If that's really him, I will take back.
Oh, that was Frank.
Talentless pieces.
I thought for a second it was going to be Piscopo, so I started to listen to it that way. I have great ears.
Great plan. All right, we'll see you two in a couple of hours. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, on the podcast.
Which, by the way, is now a terrestrial show, so you can't drop the F-bomb like you always do, Erica.
Oh, darn.
Will there be crudité there? That's my favorite when you bring crudité.
If you would like crudité, I have a radish.
I love raw broccoli and Thousand Island dressing.
My stomach is unsettled. Was it the raw broccoli? I think maybe.
All right, tomorrow night, 8 and 10:30 at Acme, Erica and Andy. And then in 2 hours, they'll be on Tom Bernard Show. We're looking forward to that.
Hi, it's Tom Bernard. Thanks for checking out one of our KQ Morning Show podcasts, brought to you by my guys at Walzer Automotive. Walzer is first once again with a free lifetime warranty when you buy any new and most used vehicle models from Walzer. It's limited powertrain protection for as long as you own your car, regardless of the miles you drive. Walzer Automotive is Minnesota's largest one-price dealer group. No hassle or haggle. Just great prices in the store and on the web at walzer.com. That's the Walzer way.